Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, just a quick thing about the Saturday 1 o'clock call. The subject of the call is dream updates. That means I'm updating on everything that I'm involved with. If I, on any specific Saturday, would like to talk about Stormgain, on which I've been for the last 3 years, then I'll talk about Stormgain. So it's not limited to any one platform. It's a general update about what I am doing with all the different platforms that I'm on. So make sure that you understand that. I'm not cross recruiting. I'm telling you about platforms that I'm on, that I've been on for some time, platforms that is working, platforms that I tested that didn't work, so that you know not to join the wrong things. A while ago, somebody opened a group for a project after I warned him that this project is not very safe. And he put a lot of people from one of my groups in there. And then I said to them, you've got free choice, due diligence, but I am warning you that what I checked out on this platform is not safe. So we will once in a while talk about other platforms, mainly about GL, but also a few others. Just to give you an idea what I'm doing, the few platforms that I recently tested and got people involved in, I would say roughly 90%. Bernice, you can maybe just type out for me if you agree with the 90%. Roughly 90% of the people is joining a platform where you can make some short-term income to assist on their gift of legacy boards. So it is aiming, okay, Bernice agree with about 90%. It can be a little bit higher, but I would say at least 90%. So we are on a short-term looking for opportunities where we can, not only for living expenses, but then also to assist on your current boards. Now, there's a very easy way to do that. We do need new people. That is very, very important to understand. We do need new people, but a lot of people want some proof. So if you've got additional funds available from another platform, you can move it to a GL board, get some movement on the board. You can sponsor somebody in, make sure that the person knows what to do. Or you can take a position for yourself, or you can give it to a sponsor profile where we can in future sponsor other people in, so that you create movement on a GL board in order to show people outside that it is working. A lot of boards have been standing still for some time. Doesn't mean there's no movement. It's not stuck. There's no board ever stuck, because at any given time, anybody on the board can start working. But on all platforms, there's some work involved. A lot of people tell me if they need to join somewhere where they need to recruit, they're not interested. It's not that difficult to recruit people. There's one specific one we're testing now, Carnelian 12, where I worked out last night. I had a training call with people last night in the middle of the night, and they asked me, what's the effect of the downline? I said, I didn't work it out yet. I've got a planning file. We've got a strategy how to operate this platform. But I did not really look at what the effect of your downline is. Now, I've got a few people in, they've got people under them. And I said, let me run the numbers. And I did the numbers. And with the basic strategy that you follow, which is not rocket science, I've got a video up where it explains how to run the system. I can earn $85 per day from the end of May from my downline without doing any work on them. Now imagine $85 times 5 gives you how many? 425. That means I can assist 4 other people, because a lot of people on here don't have $100 to currently join a board, or they've got people who don't have the money to do the gifting of $100. We can then assist 4 people in 1 week to get them onto Gift of Legacy. I still find people daily who contact me. They've heard about Gift of Legacy, but they don't have the funds. And then I make sure they get trained, and we will sponsor them in one or other time. That is how we work together as a community. We do have people on here. I'm not going to be scared to name them. Bernice, myself, Christina, who understands, Mercini, who understands what sponsorship is, and that you need to make sure the person is prepared and know what to do, and that his crypto wallets and his gifting platforms like PayPal and Wise is in place. We've got people on here, and I'm not scared again to name them. Christine for her projects, Emma, Festina, Lizette, Yvonne, who first-hand experience on boards what happens if we get involved with sponsor profiles. We recently are now busy with a sponsor profile line called Dusty. My cat is going to sponsor in a huge amount of people. I think she's up to 25. Any profile that you see where my name is on is basically a sponsor profile. I've said many, many times, I am not relying on any gifts from Gift of Legacy to sustain me in my daily living expenses. God will provide. Let me just quickly give you a small example. Somebody transferred 90 USDT to my one wallet on Thursday. I transferred it to my bank. It was available on Friday morning. I still can't drive, so I got a lift with somebody, and I bought a few things. Basics, very basics. 2 cans of tuna for my cat, some mincemeat, spaghetti, bread, the basic stuff, milk, so that I can have milk in my coffee. It's not going to last long, only a few days. How long does half a kilo of mince last for a man of my size? Maybe 4 days, if I work carefully with it. On Thursday morning, I didn't have money this week to order my normal fruit and vegetable basket. Yuri and Alet came by, and they dropped off a small box with the basics of potatoes, onions, sweet potato, and a few fruits. So God provided. He provided. And then he showed me that he will make sure that, because I am going to do a lot of admin and sit in front of the computer for very long times, and he doesn't want me to worry about my stomach that's empty. He sent 2 friends over to me this morning, and they took me out for breakfast, and then they said, let's go to Pick n Pay. I said, get what you need. Well, the person that I am, I put in a few little things, and then the woman took my trolley and she did the rest of the shopping, and they filled the trolley for me. That is how God provides. Go back to basics, people. I am not scared, and I'm going to use that word very, very many times today. I am not scared to say I'm not a Christian. I am not a Christian, but I live very, very closely to my Creator. I've got enough food here now for a month. At least a month. So that I don't have to worry about food and food for my cat, and can focus on what God wants me to do in the next 4 to 5 weeks. I'm not going to ask you, I'm telling you, get back to the basics. Start connecting with God. There's a movie called I Am Gabriel, where Gabriel comes in the form of a young boy down to a little town in Texas. And he tells the people straight they're broken. And he's there to fix them. And what does he do? He gets a woman to make prayer mats so that the people, wherever they are, and they've got an urge to start talking to God, can go down on their knees and pray. His message was, God wants to hear your voice. People say they can't hear God because they're not listening. But just as you want to hear God's voice, either directly or in nature, or seeing what he does, he wants to hear your voice. Get up in the morning and say thank you for a good night's rest and for a day that's ahead of you, that you can open your eyes and see through both of them. Back to the basics, people. Back to the basics. That is what is going to give you prosperity and abundance. In Gift of Legacy, in Carnelian 12, Berry, whatever project you're involved in. And remember, on this call, this is my call. I can mention any project that I'm involved in that I've tested. It's not cross-recruiting. You can be interested and ask me, how do we join? Or you can ignore what I say. Doesn't matter. There's enough things outside. I'm involved currently in 28 different things. Some very, very long-term. Some comes from 2003. Some 4 or 5 years ago. Some more recently. If you need advice on that, I'm not a financial advisor, but what I tell you about numbers is the truth. I can't lie about numbers. Numbers work for themselves. They prove themselves. The numbers are working. Yes, we hit one this year so far. So that's one out of the last 42 I tested which collapsed. But I did warn the people 7 days before the time, withdraw what you can. That's how we work. But I didn't get many people on there, so it's only a few people. And they'll make their money back other ways. God will provide. Quickly about tonight, I think, what time is the call for the competition? Let me just go check here, Zoom schedule. 6:30 South African time, which is 11:30 in the morning for the Americans. We're going to have a competition. Depending on who wants to participate, I will select people for 2 teams. It may not necessarily be South Africa against America, because some other people from other countries would like to be involved. So I'll split them before we do the competition, into 2 teams. So if you're interested in the competition, send me a message. I want to be added, and I'll make a list and separate you into 2 groups or 2 teams. I do know how the competition is going to work. I'm not going to tell you before then you can go prepare. I know exactly how the competition is going to work. It's going to be a 15-minute competition. And I'll give details in the call. We've got 30 minutes on the call, so I'll explain a little bit. We'll do the competition. You'll submit your results, and I'll tally up and announce individual winners and team winners. It's just a bit of fun so that we can get to know each other. While the people are busy with the competition, whoever else is in the call can make comments and cheer on, make nasty remarks like some spectators do sometimes, especially in soccer games. So that is, see if you can get the word out and get on as many people as possible. We want to build a community, not some haywire community that once in a while talk to each other and motivate each other on a path to abundance. I want a community where if you've got any challenge in your life, where you can ask the community, is there a prayer group somewhere, which I've got on WhatsApp, where we can add you in and then we pray for you. We don't have to mention names. There's somebody now in the WhatsApp group who's on a daily basis. If there's any prayer requests, we'll post a list. I said to her this morning, let's say tomorrow morning, we thank God for the rain that he gave to the farmers in South Africa. We do know some other countries are still without rain. Kenya reported some droughts recently. So while we say thank you for the rain in South Africa, we can also pray for rain in Kenya. Work together as a community, and we're going to start having fun events like this competition now about the countries of the world. Sometimes when Andrew can't make it for the motivational call, what I usually do then is to change it, where people can tell us what happened in the last 7 days in their lives that they are thankful for. I don't want to hear complaints there. If you do have issues that you need prayer for or motivational support or just somebody to talk to, feel free to talk to us. I don't get to messages fast. I still got huge amounts outstanding. But if it's urgent and if you need to talk to somebody, I'm willing to sacrifice that few minutes to talk to you. I've talked a few people in my life out of suicide situations. I like to talk. I can do life coaching. I don't like it, but I can do it. So let's build a community where we can stand together, support each other, not only on the road to abundance, but also to a road of emotional health and spiritual health. Is there anybody on here who does not believe that we've got a creator? I'm not going to attack you. If you don't believe in a creator, you can put up your hand. I'll convince you within 7 minutes there's a creator. Just bring a chocolate cake, 7 layers, and cool drinks so that I can teach you about creation and what happened really 49,000 years ago. Not what the churches is telling you, because at 400 after Christ, the churches decided to build a Bible which is full of lies and translated wrongly. There's a lot of truths in the Bible, but there's also a lot of untruths. Right, that's all I've got to say for now. Let the people know about the competition. Send me your names if you want to be part of a team. Some of the Americans volunteered. I think Raquel, Lupe, Erika volunteered. On the South African side, anybody who wants to come on board, Kenya, if you want to join, let me know. Krista, I would like you to take part in the competition. You look like a very clever woman who may know a lot of the countries of the world. I'm not going to name everybody on here. There's quite a lot. If you can work from the whole list. Just quick with one name that pop up is Rocky. Rocky's always got something clever to say about everything. So he, I am dead sure, knows at least 180 of the 196 countries of the world. Carmen, the Three Musketeers, all of you volunteer. It's going to be a fun event. We'll make it fun. And if you don't want to compete, be a spectator so you can cheer your teams on. We will make it, we'll find, whoever is in a team can suggest a name. We're not going to name it USA against South Africa. It's going to be 2 international teams. Whoever's in a team, I will announce about an hour before the time who's in what team, and then you choose a team name, and that is what we're going to run with. And then we publish the results, all to fun and games. The time is, Jaco, is in South Africa, 6:30, Jaco. 6:30 tonight. Right, compression was announced that it's finished. There's still boards with builders open. Compression is a process that whenever people decide to leave us on Gift of Legacy, will disappear off a board, and then they need to be filled. So compression will happen in future. Again, in the meantime, work on your boards. For the lineages we work on, if you do not work on a board, you can't expect, if you've got a profile ahead of that, that will have any movement. People send me photos of silver boards and ask how can they work on the board. Go to the 4 bronze boards just below that and work on them, and then the 8 below them as well. Any system and any platform we're on can work if people work together. Right, I'm going to give you a few minutes to ask any questions that you may have. Put up your hand if you want to ask a question, or unmute and ask away. Or must I nominate? Masini, you got a question? Your name is flickering here in pink.
Hello, Captain. Hello, everybody. No questions at this moment in time. Thank you very much. I will be honored to join as a spectator, but you'll have to excuse me before the end of the competition, please, Captain.
Why? Are you scared that people are going to see that you know so many countries?
No, I've got another commitment, so I won't be able to stay for the whole meeting.
That's a bad excuse.
I know you
You've
don't
known
want to
about
hear
this
it.
competition for more than a week.
Yeah.
Work your schedule around the Zoom calls. I post the schedule frequently.
I
Quickly
do try
on the
my...
Zoom. Try your utmost. Just do it.
Yes, sir.
You sat here in my house and I told you, stop trying things. Just do it. Take the bull by the horns and fight it.
I am.
I'm not going to give you a medal for that. Zoom schedule. Monday, we've got an English call for new beginnings in art style. The GL Worldwide Zoom is on the 1st or the Tuesday closest to the 10th of each month. So there's no general worldwide call this week. There will be other GL calls. Make sure in the GL groups you watch the Zoom schedules and go attend. We were quite a few of us on the call on Tuesday, but we can be more. Thursday, we'll have a short call, art style and new beginnings, Afrikaans with Bucks, myself and Bernice. Dream updates every Saturday at 1. If this competition goes well, then we may do some other social event next week, Saturday. I am considering one for late evening, early morning South African time somewhere along the line so that the Americans can do it in their evenings. But we'll get to that as we go along. And then tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, it's motivational call with Andrew if his electricity situation allows it. Or if not, then I will conduct the call and do whatever I feel like. All right. No, if your sister only knows Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, there's 196 countries. Now she'll first have to go study. Make her ready for the next competition. It will be something different. Who was that? Emma? No, Christine. I did say that we're going to work on world countries, so there was enough time to prepare and to go study. I managed to name 131 in 15 minutes, but I didn't type fast enough. So I ran out of time. All right, any other questions at this stage? We've got a few minutes left. Christine, send me a WhatsApp so that I can add you in the prayer group. All right, the 10-minute warning just came up. The next person that I need a question from is Rocky Wright. Rocky, after you, there's one more. Start worrying. Your name is next. Rocky, any questions for me or anything you want to add to this call?
No, thanks, Captain. Everything's perfect.
Are you up to date on the strategy for Canadian?
How's your foot?
Foot was in a bit of pain in the last few days. I had to go to hospital somewhere in the week. There was scab came a bit loose and there was a lot of blood. They kept me overnight to stop the bleeding and they sent me home the next day. With the current rain situation and the humidity, I am going through a bit of pain. I do have very strong pain medicine, strong enough to knock out a horse, but I'm stronger than a horse. And I've got enough ointment, so I try to maintain it. Pain levels at this stage is 7 out of 10. The moment that it stops raining, it will go better to a better state. I got my new patches. A little group of people got together and got me patches for the next 30 days. So I'm still putting on the X39 patches. LifeWave is called LifeWave. LifeWave. The patches that Chris is sending into the world to heal people. This is actually working very well. It helps with pain. It also helps to regenerate stem cells, and the scab is slowly but surely getting smaller and less painful if it's not raining outside. So all well there. I will survive. I won't lose this toe. God decided I must keep my toe till the day that I put my head down on this planet. Right, the next person that I want to hear from is he decided to flee. Can you believe it? How did you know that I'm going to call your name? Gone with the wind. So I'll have to go to the one after that. Yeah, Jaco needs to work. Jaco is working as a manager at a service station. Krista, what do you want to share with us? You got 3 minutes.
Hello, I'm outside. I had to get my gloves off. It's beautiful and white and winter. I have the cold. I have a bit of a flu, so I think I'm gonna be an spectator in the evening. My brain isn't working, but everything is good here. No questions at the moment.
In which town are you in currently?
I live in Hyvinkää.
Good.
It's
Good. Beautiful there.
Yeah, we have had a beautiful winter. So I live. It's 50 kilometer. How do you say it? My brain doesn't work. Yeah, from Helsinki to capital. So I'm in the south of Finland, and we still have snow.
Yeah, people don't always realize how close Finland is to the North Pole.
No, my brain doesn't work. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's very much far north from the countries like Germany and Poland. Poland is already cold, but Finland is further north than that. It's scary cold there sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, get well soon with that cold. Take enough water and fluid
Thank
so you
you.
can get well.
Yes, thank you.
You see, now I started nominating people, and now suddenly we're only 14 left on the call. Okay, that's all for now. Regarding the different projects we're working on, if I don't have time to explain something to you, I will allocate somebody to talk to you to. We've got people on here that is working with other platforms with the sole purpose of getting more funds available for Gift of Legacy. There's people who just wants to have a little bit more cash each month to buy groceries and stuff or pay for fuel and things. I will direct you. On my YouTube channel, I've made additional playlists. There is a playlist for dream updates. There's a playlist for art style, for new beginnings, for motivational calls. Whatever is on there will be allocated to a playlist so that you can easily find the videos. Right, if nobody else wants to say anything, feel free to unmute yourself and shout bye-bye. And then I'll do a little bit of an announcement on the competition this evening in a few minutes and then post this video as well. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good afternoon. For the Americans, have a good morning. For the people on the eastern side of the world, you going towards Sunday, have a good night.
Bye bye,
Bye.
everybody, and thank you very much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye from the Three Musketeers.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.